All right. Hey, mathematicians. So I will work on page 69 and 70 with you in Home Connections if you'd like to do these two pages with me. So thinking about strategy, page 1 of 2. When we complete these box challenges, we have to remember that the gray areas, when we add the two gray numbers together, they will equal our bottom number. And when we multiply the two gray numbers together, they equal our product, which is the top number. So this first one, we just have one gray area to fill in. So what plus 8 will give us 15? And those same two numbers, when we multiply them together, will also give us 56. And I know that 8 plus 7 is 15. And I also know that 8 times 7 is 56. Okay, so moving on to B. What two numbers, when I add them together, will equal 9? And what two numbers, those same two numbers, when I multiply them together, will equal 18? So let's see. 2 plus 7 equals 9, but 2 times 7 equals 14, not 18. How about 3 and 6? Let's try that. Let's see. 3 plus 6 equals 9, and 3 times 6 equals 18. There we go. All right, moving on to our ratio table. So these are the same kind of problems we worked on in class. And so we're just going to move through these bottom numbers here. So the craft store sells large boxes of modeling clay that hold 18 sticks each. So one box, remember we always start with the number 1, holds 18 sticks of clay. That's similar to what we said with our pencils, if you remember. Complete the ratio table to find out how many sticks there are in the different number of boxes. Okay, so we're just going to kind of move through this ratio table. So if one box holds 18 sticks of clay, how many does two boxes hold? So 1 times 2 is 2. Remember, when we're doing a ratio, we're doing the same thing, the top and bottom. So 1 times 2 is 2. 18 times 2 is 36. When we move to 3 boxes, we could either say 1 times 3 or 18 times 3, but we could also just say, okay, we're adding 1 box of clay. And then on the bottom, we're not adding 1, we're adding 36 18, because that's how many sticks of clay are in one box. So if we're adding 1 box, we have to add the amount of clay in that box. So 36 plus 18, let's see what that is. 6 plus 8 is 14, carry my 1. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, so 54. Okay, so now we're up to 5. And I notice here, remember we talked about we can combine several boxes if we want. In this case, we can combine these two columns, because when I add 2 plus 3, that gives us our 5, doesn't it? So 2 boxes and 3 boxes, when I add those together, it gives us our 5 boxes. So we can have the same ratio in the number of clay. So 54 plus 36. Let's see, 6 plus 4 is 10, carry my 1, 5 plus 3 is 8. I know that 36 plus 54 is 90. Same ratio. So I'm adding the balance of clay. When we move from 5 to 10, ooh, I love that. We can just double. Same thing on the bottom. We're doubling the amount of boxes. That means we're doubling the amount of sticks of clay. So double of 5 is 10. Double of 90 is 180. Good. All right, so when I'm moving from 10 to 50, I am I'm moving from, let's do times 5, right? 10 times 5 is 50. So I'm going to do the same thing with 180. So 180, let's see. What do I notice here? Well, I notice that I go from 1 to 10, that's times 10. What if I do 18 times 10? I know that 1 box is 18, so 10 boxes is 180. Well, I also notice that 5 boxes is 90, so 50 boxes would be 900. Power of 10, just put a 0 on the end. Now I'm at 55 boxes, so I'm going to combine a couple of things here. So I'm going to combine my 50, and then 50 plus 5. So 50 plus 5 is 55. So I can add my 900 plus 90. 900 plus 90 is 990. All right. So pause if you need to. I'm going to move on to number 3. Number 3, you can also buy small boxes of modeling clay at the craft store for $3.50 each. Find out how much it would cost to buy different numbers of small boxes of clay. So same concept. Now we're dealing with money and a decimal. That's okay. So start with 1 always. One small box costs $3.50. So to get from 1 to 2, we're just doubling or multiplying by 2. 1 times 2 is 2. $3.50 times 2 is $7. Okay. And now I'm moving to 10. Well, I'm going to have the power of 10 here. So I'm going to go from 1 to 10, which means I'm multiplying by 10. So I'm going to multiply $3.50 by 10. So that means I'm just going to move that decimal to the right one place. And 10 boxes would be $35. Okay. Now I'm moving from 10 to 20, so I'm just doubling again. Doubling 2 times 2. 35 times 2 is $70. Okay, so now I'm subtracting 1 box, going from 20 to 19. So I'm not going to subtract 1 from 70. I'm going to subtract the cost of 1, which is $3.50, right? So if I'm subtracting 1 here, I have to subtract the same thing down here, which the ratio is $3.50. So I'm subtracting $70 minus $3.50. All right, 0 minus 0, 0. Let's see here. 10 and then 9. Okay, so 10 minus 5 is 5. So I just borrowed up here. 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 minus 0 is 6. All right. So 19 boxes would cost $66.50. All right, so now they went back up to 40. So I'm looking back here if I could do anything with any of these numbers. Oop, look, I have a 20 here. So I can double the 20 to get to 40. That means I can also double the 70. I have a lot of colors here. So double of 70, or 70 plus 70, is 140. Then the same thing, I'm subtracting 1 from 40. So if I subtract 1, I'm subtracting $3.50, not 1, but $3.50. So $140 minus $3.50. Sorry for all that clicking. Gonna borrow. Change that to a 3, change that 0 to a 9, and change this 0 to a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. Decimal. 9 minus 3 is 6. 3 minus nothing is 3. And 1 comes down. So $136.50. All right. Number 4. This is what we did before, and you'll notice the F again. It's one of those challenge ones. So let's do these. Solve the problems in the string below. Use the answers from the first few combinations to help solve the rest. We did something exactly like this in class. 360 times 10 is 360. 36 times 10 is 360. 36 times 5. So 5 is half of 10, so my product will be half of 360. And I know that that is 180. 336 times 15. Well, if I combine the 10 and the 5, 10 plus 5 is 15. So if I combine 360 plus 180, when I add those together, 0, 14, carry my 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4, is 540. 36 times 100, well, it's the power of 10. So if 36 times 10 is 360, I'm just going to add one more 0 to that, so 3,600. 3,600 times 50 is half of 3,600, or add a 0 to the end of the 180, because 50 is the power of 10 of 5. So that's going to be 1800. And then 1872 divided by 36. So I notice that 36 times 50 is 1800, right? So 36 times 50 is 1800. So if I do 1800 divided by 36, so I'm taking away the 72 right now. I'm just dealing with 1800. So if I divide 1800 by 36, my answer is 50. It's just a fact family. And then if I take my 72 here and divide by 36, well, I know that 36 is, there's two 36s that can fit in 72. So that would be 2. So 72 divided by 36 is 2. When I combine the 50 and the 2, 50 plus 2, so my answer is 52. So just using what I know up here to help me solve the other problem. So 1,872 divided by 36 is 52. Pause if you need to. I'm going to move on to page 70. And we're almost done. I'm not going to do the challenge. I'm going to let you do that on your own if you'd like to. Okay, so same kind of thing. Solve the problems in this string. We're going to work through these as well. So 36 divided by 18, that would be 2. That's just half. 72 divided by 18. So 72, we remember from last time, 72 is double of 36. So my answer will be double of the 2. So the 18 is staying the same all throughout. We're just changing what we're dividing by. And then 108. So that's another round of 36. So if I added 36 plus 72, that gives me 108. 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 plus 7 is 10. So if I add those two together to get 108, that means my answers will be the sum. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Now 180 divided by 18. So really, if it was 18 divided by 18, it would just be 1, right? But this is 180 divided by 18, so it's 10 more. So the answer will be 10. Does that make sense? So if it was just 18 divided by 18, it would be 1. But since this is 18 times 10 divided by 18, the answer is 10, power of 10. And then this would be 1800 divided by 18, which is just 10 more times than that, because it's 1800. And then 18 times 99. So if I know that 1800 divided by 18 is 100, right? So 18 times 100 is 1800. And this is 18 times 99, not 100, but 18 times 99. So it's going to be 18 less than 1800. Taking a group of 18 away. So I need to borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 1 is 8. 7, that's a 7. 7 minus nothing is 7. 1 minus nothing is 1. So my answer is 1782. Okay, so I just took a group of 18 away from our 1800 there. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully that helps. All right, take care.